Hi everyone, welcome you all to the another session. Here you can see my screen today. We are going to discuss about Python basics. In the module, like we also explain why Python is for everybody. And at the end, I'll walk you through guys how we can set up the Anaconda distribution in your system, right? We'll all we can say just stay till the end. We'll walk you through each and everything in detail, right? So let's start. See, guys, this is like we can say the major or broader areas where Python is supporting, or we can say widely used for. For example, we can consider artificial intelligence area, system automation area. We can say like for machine learning, deep learning, or any other we can say NLP related application development or modeling. We can consider graphical user interface development as well as web applications. There is various we can say powerful libraries written in Python which is going to make our task easier in these kind of areas, right? So even though that's why we can call it like Python is almost everywhere relating me, and that's why we call it like it's multi-purpose programming language, right? Okay, let's move and check for the Python features, right? There are multiple features that Python offers, right? We will walk you through one by one. So on a very high level, just take a moment and look at these options. It might make sense once you look at it, but I'll explain one by one, at least in brief, so that we can relate it what the terms are. On a very high level, the first term says like it's object oriented. Guys, just think it as a concept where we use like classes related functionality, just like encapsulation, inheritance. There is many others. Just ignore it for now. And also the main idea here is to promote the code reusability. Once we define a class, we can use it further, right? There is multiple levels hierarchy in it, right? Inheritance that we call it. And like even though we can control our program, we can concise our program in like that actually enhance our problem solving ability. We know what things are moving, what is actually happening within the code. You can make sense of once we started writing like of following the object oriented principles and like writing your code in class. Second is open source. Simply like open source means it like it's for free. Company or any company has not buy any license for it or pay any amount to in order to use it, right? If you wish to donate, you can. There is nobody going to stop you for that. Since guys, it's open source, so you can customize it, its versions with your specific requirement. Also, you can like find its source code that is available to the public. The third feature we can call it like reach in library. Basically, Python comes up with multiple inbuilt libraries, and there is we can say very large community developers who all are like kind of contributing in the standard problems and packaging in libraries in form of libraries. So uh, as of now, we have close to I think 1 lakh nearby 1 lakh I think, yeah, packaged available for the time being, and it's we can say you don't have to worry about the logic behind it or write your own code for every single thing, right? Uh, this is actually a really good thing in Python so that we can just call the function and use it for the specific functionality for which it's written. We only need to just know the function name, how it's going to uh, like for which purpose it's written and how we can use it. That's very easy thing, right? So That's why people are really considering Python, because most of simple task, or we can say for each and everything there is a function. So they don't think of logic most of the time. They are only using the functions and get their task done in very less span of time. Another greatest advantage of being portable and platform independent. These two terms mainly refers for Python language to we can say it's able to run in any particular platform. Just like if you develop your program in Windows, so it's not going to limit it to Windows systems. Even though you can use same script file in Linux environment or Mac environment, even it's, you can say it's inbuilt in Mac, so you don't even need to install it in Mac. So if we create any product in Python, so any user is going to use our product. So that's the key benefit. We can run our program in any platform, right? We need not to worry about costing or about licensing thing. The reason like it's open source as well. Multi-purpose, guys, we have discussed like we can utilize it for various purpose. There is many areas where Python comes in the picture, and you don't have to learn each and every time a new language for everything, right? You can use the Python without any uh, doubt, right? Another thing is it's dynamically typed. Maybe it's kind of fuzzy word for you, but let me tell you, dynamically typed means you don't need to worry for low level tasks. I can give you examples just like memory management, garbage cleaning, and there are many actually. But for now, just consider it's whatever is kind of low level task, declaring variables. These things also you can consider in dynamically typed. So you are not supposed to do such task. Python is automatically do it for you. For example, if you declare a like any I mean, if you directly use any name, any variable and initialize some values, so based on the values, it is going to declare the data type for you, right? So you need not to worry for data type declaration for using any variable. So the another advantage is, so one variable you can use for many purpose. For example, if you are thinking to use integer variable, so here as we are not defining the data type, so later if any string value comes in, the integer value variable itself dynamically converted into the string variable, right? That's the key advantage. Actually, we can store any data type in a variable. That's actually it is. So how easy we can even consider. If you guys connect with me till here, uh, just let me know in the comment section, so that it will actually help me drive the next session accordingly. So we'll plan our courses. So just feel free to add any thought if you have in the comment section. So as we also consider, like in Mac environment, Python is pre-installed, and for Windows and Linux, we have to install it. So let's walk you through how we can do a quick installation, right? So for now, we are proceeding with Anaconda distribution. In last video, I have covered the Jupyter installation and the basic Python installation. Maybe if you need any assistance in that, you can refer that. But here in Anaconda distribution, Jupyter and everything comes in, right? It's kind of a repository having more than 8,000 open source data science and machine learning packages in it, and you can use it for any purpose. It has distribution for data science, it has distribution for machine learning, it has distribution for like a specific task. So we are going to install Anaconda right away. Let me open my browser screen here. You can type Anaconda, download in the system directly. It will going to yeah. So once you type Anaconda, there is on top there is URL coming with anaconda.com. This is the official URL of Anaconda. Once you open it, so here you can see the download button. Like Once you click it, if you are using some Linux environment, any other environment, you can choose accordingly. So for me, it's Windows, so I'm clicking on the Windows button. Now it's opening some installer with some other options. For Windows, there is very limited option for now. So you can choose based on the option applicable for you. So I'm going to choose the 64-bit version. Although it's already downloaded in my system, but still walking you through each and every process for this time. The next term is IDE. What the IDE is, what it means. Basically, IDEs are integrated development environment. Kind of think it as a software, a special software, which is used to developing a software, right? For example, most of the IDEs just like a VS Code, Jupyter Notebook, or Spider, all are kind of IDs only. Even PyCharm. So PyCharm is not built in Anaconda. You have to download it. And now I think my download is completed. So okay, let me open it. Yeah. Okay, now it's loaded. Let's click on agree and we can install for this user, so it won't require any admin permission for that. So I'm just selecting what's kind of needed for now. I'm not even going to add Anaconda in the path. For me, it's not required. If you think it's required for you, so you can add it on the path and hit the next button. Now the setup installation is in progress. Just wait a minute or two, it will kind of complete the installation. So now you can see the process looks completed. So I'm just clicking on the next button and I'll help you how to launch the Anaconda Navigator. Uh, okay, so go to the start, type Anaconda. You can see the Anaconda prompt and Anaconda Navigator. You can open by uh, like you can open your any required IDs by any mode. So let me open both Anaconda prompt as well as Anaconda Navigator, right? So in Anaconda prompt, if you type any commands related to that, I mean, that will going to execute in the Anaconda environment. So I have also opened the Anaconda Navigator. So let it open and then we'll walk it through how it looks like and which all functionalities we have. And then let it load. Okay, so here now you can see Anaconda Navigator is opened in my system. So it's updating packages and the metadata for now. Once it's done, then it's very hard to navigate for now. Application went not responding. So you can see Anaconda, Jupyter Lab, Spider. There is additional PyCharm professional. So we have to install PyCharm and RStudio in it. Otherwise, most of them is like pre-installed, just like VS Code and all. So you can see it, it's pre-installed. Okay. Once done, then go to the environment section. So here as well, you can see uh, it's kind of showing you all the names. Basically, it's nothing but the library names. And you can also see for what purpose it is going to use. It's kind of description of that, right? So the idea here is just explore the, I mean, environment section so that you will have at least idea of which all libraries, which all packages are inbuilt here with Anaconda default installation, right? Maybe everything is not going to make sense, of course, but at least if you are able to catch one, two, or at least three along with description, so that will going to help you later, right? So these things are kind of, for example, matplotlib library, it's going to visualize quality figures, we can say publication quality figures in Python. So these are like, it's kind of making sense to you, right? NLTK is natural language toolkit, something like that. It's kind of helping you understand, uh, for example, PIP, it's a recommended tool for installing Python packages, right? So these things are going to make more sense later on in the journey. So just whenever you feel some time, just use this. For example, you can see scikit-learn. Later, we are definitely going to use this library for developing our machine learning and training the model. Here, Spice, you can see it's scientific library. There are many more like NumPy, Pandas. So you can like definitely you will be able to understand one to description. It's fair enough, right? So let's start our Jupyter notebook. It's very easy to start. You just click on the launch button and it will going to open in your browser. So last time we discussed we created Python notebook demo. We are just referring it, even though we can create a new by going to the new button, and here you can create each and everything we discussed on last video. If you want detail, you can refer those videos for basic notebook guide. Today we are not going to repeat the same. I'll walk you through about some minute. Before that, I would like to cover one very important point: how one should understand or I mean make sense of any language, right? Either it's a programming language or a traditional language. There are mainly two parameter, right? If I compare the Python with the traditional language, you can see in traditional language, like we have a vocabulary. In the same, like in Python, we have keywords. It's nothing but Python vocabulary that Python understand, right? Other than that, in normal language, we have grammar, how we frame our sentence, how we uh, like what is correct, what is not correct. It's kind of helping us correcting the language. Using the language in correct manner. In the same way, Python syntax is going to help us how we can use Python language in proper and uh, a standard manner, right? Python is also case sensitive, so it will not going to accept any mistake. It will immediately going to throw the errors, right? We will see it. For example, let me type another command here for the timing. If I going to write print just hi here, uh, it is okay, right? Correct only. If I write print hi, it's not okay. It's error, right? If I write print just like hi, uh, it's going to be error. If I write print uh, hi, again error. So if I write like this, print hi, it's still going to Python is still going to throw the error. So see, there is some standard way of writing the Python programs. So we need to understand, and we call it as a syntax, right? The grammar of Python. So here we rated print in capital letter. That's why the error will come. If you want to check this code, so I'll help you run this code. it will going to throw some that is like print is not even they don't understand what print is, right? Other thing, whatever I have written here, don't worry for that. Actually, let me start it with the comment. So the pound sign is a single line comment, right? So other line Python going to judge, for the single line Python is not going to judge what is written in it. If you want to use for more than one line, even though there is multi-line comments, you can use it. This is like single line, है ना? So let me use another cell for the multi-line. So any single quotes or double quotes triple times is going to ignore your comment for multi-line. For example, uh, this is Python multi-line comment, right? Even though I run this cell, it's not going to, uh, I mean, throw any errors, right? Although it has some standard and at the end it's going to convert into one liner, but still we can write in multiple lines. There is no any issues in it, right? Okay. Uh, I think our video session will be too long if we go more drive. Try to explore, try to practice is, and other than that, guys, I believe this session is going to add some values. For now, you will be able to think uh, or make sense of how to start your Python journey and how it will be going forward. What capabilities Python brings into the table. You'll have at least a basic idea. I would say it's the number one preference from the corporate itself to reduce the development, or we can say uh, these kind of times. I mean, from the cost perspective itself, because it's free. So just try and explore the Python journey. I'll come with the next session where we will discuss more from we can say Python perspective. We'll start our first program in the next session. Till then, take care. Have a great day. Happy learning.